Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina, I'm the channel for this channel, and let's start. Hope. May the horizon always sustain you, and joy. May you pursue what lights you up. Yay. Okay. No, not you. You. Okay. Yeah, quite peaceful. Peaceful energies. Oh, but I notice there are some scarecrows. Are they called? In the neighbor's garden. I haven't seen them before. They feel like protective energies. Not from birds, though, of course. But yeah. Destiny. Oh. Okay, that sounds big, doesn't it? Cat's claw. Purification. Oh. Wow. Kind of fits, doesn't it? It just feels strange because it feels like I'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah, okay. But this was in the reverse, so I think, yeah, I feel more the past of everything more than the now. The now is not okay. The now is very chill and protective and magical. Okay, magical and yeah. Oh, and many layers. So, but also in the reverse. Yeah, you wouldn't most likely not be able to tell that because, because this, you wouldn't know. But I know because this is abstract writing, so you don't know. Someone knows. Someone knows that this is for you. Oh, and a book. And a magnifying glass can also be a mirror. Okay, we want to keep them. Those both energies. Divine timing. Duh. Yeah, divine timing. I don't know if you know my personal relationship with divine timing, but I'm impatient. So for me, yeah. Hope. And what else did we get? Joy. Hope and joy. Okay. Yeah. So the waves are important. They are always changing, right? Somehow, though, they appear to be, well, they are more turbulent when they reach land, right? And I feel that there's some protection for you going on. So the transition is not as turbulent. I feel that you are in between places somehow. Your transition is being assisted with because it's destined. It reflects in the colors as well, and it all comes together somehow with the roots, and the stars and everything, the weather. There's a lot of weather energy in this, and I feel that it has got something to do with the weather. And it could be that you see some weather, something special in the weather, in the sky. Sometimes cloud make very strange shapes. Sometimes they are so clear and cut, like someone took a scissor and cut it. And I almost feel that this reflects what you want to do, or what you are about to do is a very special transition phase that you are being assisted with the scarecrow energies somehow. So I think it's because transition phase is a scary energy. it's a bit scary, you know. And a big transition could be that you are changing a lot at once. And um, and that's probably this card here, right? If you look at it, this person is just it's probably because there's a lot of movement, right? And it could be that you really want change and everything, and then suddenly everything comes all at once, or it just goes fast and you are not prepared for it. You know, maybe something is finally showing itself in form of development, right? Some sort of development. Can be in any area. It feels like a very big transition phase from, yeah. Sometimes we just want that, we need that, and sometimes we just want to stay where we are, right? And for you, it feels like you finally want to arrive somewhere where you feel like home, right? Like this. This maybe you are searching energy, like your energy is searching because of the magnifying glass. You know, it's like you're looking for a place to call home, and maybe you found something, right? And maybe you don't know how to get there, but suddenly everything aligns, like magic, like a miracle, right? Maybe you have a foresight about it as well, which might be even, well, that's another layer of all of this that is happening for you. With a book is, for me, of course, always something that has been written in the past, obviously. But it can be that you are writing a book also, you know. But in this case, I feel like you have already made something, and it shows you that you had some foresight in the past, but you didn't know it. And now that you know that you had a foresight and that everything actually turns out the way you saw it somehow, in a good way, right? Might be a bit scary, but maybe it's also scary because you didn't know about this. And then, you know, if you would have known that, you probably would have wanted to steer the direction into a little bit of a different direction, you know. If you were the person who wrote the book, and then all of a sudden everything becomes the truth, maybe you would have written a different book. But would this be manipulation? Was this the point of you not knowing what you're writing, or that what you are doing is of such an impact at that time? As a learning phase, maybe. I'm not seeing it as a bad thing, though. Or, you know, it could be just surprising. This character here is always surprised. And the fact that it was in the reverse, it just shows that there's something. Maybe you didn't write it. Maybe you read it. Maybe there's something happening while you are reading something. Or, you know, seeing something like a book, a movie, or, you know, something, and some things that are being mentioned are becoming the truth. But it wants to show you also where you focus on. I feel like, well, when we are confronted with big energies, we don't particularly have the tendency to look at it in a hopeful and joyful way. We most likely have the tendency to look at it in a more dramatized way, you know. Like, you know that the ocean, when you are by the ocean, how scary it can be. If you've ever done that, if you ever slept by the ocean, alone, maybe. If you haven't done that, I've done it, so I know how it feels. It can get scary because you feel, when you're just on the ground, right, when you're not in a car or anything, you know, just playing at the beach, you almost feel the rumble of the magnitude of the water and how heavy it is and how loud it is and how much power this force has that is just touching your feet here and there, you know? It's just coming in with the water. And it's also when you're standing by the beach and the waves come in and they just, you know, the last bits of it. Sometimes they travel much further than you anticipated and you get wet feet or wet shoes or whatever, you know, and then it might scare you a little bit even. Maybe a little bit more depending how fragile you are, right? It just wants to say that something destined is on your way and that it will bring you joy and hope, and that you shouldn't focus on the energies that might be scary. Maybe it's it comes in many layers, but when you push through the layer of being scared, then it will be you will leave this situation, this feeling behind, or it transforms into a joyful and happy feeling of nice surprise and maybe even happy tears. And with the magic cards, certainly this is good magic. You know, it's not it's not a scary energy somehow. No, it's the rediscovery of magic and how magical everything is. It's a total matrix experience, and maybe also because I feel a really big rush of beautiful energy of being welcome. You know, when you see, maybe you're searching for a plot of land or a place to be, right? And when you've searched for it for a long time, you know, maybe you moved a lot, and you never really arrived somewhere. You know, it's I go there and then I go there and whatever, you know. But when you arrive where you were meant to be, it seems to me, you know, a long search is finalizing for you. And this can be scary as well, right? The beauty of this. If you look at those cards, they are so beautiful. It's like you're humbled by the beauty of what you are witnessing. And it's so beautiful because you know your path and you know your past and you know how much you had to endure to finally arrive there. And it's almost like you're in disbelief, right? Because you get used to searching, right? You get used to run, you get used to just escape, or you know, you get used to the magnifying glass, and suddenly the magnifying glass transforms into a mirror. And when this happens, you radiate outwards what the place shows you. And it feels like a plot of land or something, a place in the earth or on earth, or just something that you recognize, right? And it's so beautiful that you are in awe of it, and it's your destined path. So it's very healing, and it's where your true path begins, and it's a whole different journey, because when you don't need to search anymore, then you can discover almost. It's different. When you search, the search transforms into a discovery, and then it transforms into finally, you know, building something, rooting with roots. So and everything aligns. And maybe you feel like you have been tested as well. I just felt it. I want to pull an animal spirit card for you, like a unicorn. Okay. And a firefly. Okay. I don't know how is this deck called. I don't know. Well, it's on my website. Every deck I use is on my website. So, and unicorn. Yeah, you know, it feels when you've been here for a while, right, on Earth, and suddenly you connect with something that is reflecting something back to you, a mirror, some sort, you know, a mirror place. It's more like that. It's like it's connecting with you, and maybe you feel like you are being. It's not being tested, but maybe you can't go there straight away, but you are going there more often, and maybe there are some things, you know. Maybe it's about the weather, you know. Sometimes, you know, at first maybe the weather is very nice, and then the place shows you. It's like you're getting to know the place, and you go through the different phases. Maybe when you move there, even, but also in general, you know, you get to know. It's like getting to know a plot of land or even a house, you know, getting to know this and discovering how magical it is, and it shows you bit by bit what the possibilities are, and most of all that you're welcome. First of all, you get the access. So it feels to me that there's still a bit of a question in the room whether you get access or not, but you get it because you somehow persevered through something. Maybe you had to, you know, maybe it's not that easy to get there, or I don't know. It feels a bit like I think it will feel to you like magic how it all aligned. You know, like a unicorn. Like, oh, it's, you know, maybe you don't expect it. Maybe maybe you have been so long searching that you don't believe that. Well, that's not it, is it? Right? And then you give up, and then you get sad. And I feel, you know, happy tears in general, you know. There's just a very fine line between happiness and sadness. It's both. You know, it's the sadness of realizing how much you were struggling, but also the happiness and joy of releasing all that and finally arriving somewhere where you can make it nice for yourself, and where you can stay, and where you feel maybe it's something that you were searching for, where you could stay all your life, or the remaining time of your life, right? And then suddenly it comes, and you just feel yeah, like this is a magical development. And a unicorn, they you know, they always say there's just one left, right? One left, right? Yeah. For you it feels like that. Other people might not even see that like that, you know. It's just your unique unicorn experience, and that's why it feels so precious to just you. But for others, there might not be, they might not even think that this is that, you know, because other people don't want what you want, but maybe you get scared because for you this is so precious, you really, really want this, and then you put everything, you know, you get so attached to it, and you really, really, when you really, really want something, you get so attached, and then you are almost in disbelief when it actually happens for once, you know. And second time is also like it's also this being attached, and I want this, you know, it's mine. It's like when you really see a house and you love it and you want to have it, but you know, there, you know, if it's for sale or something, and other people could want it too, right? There, you know, other people who have it easier or something like that. Maybe you're a bit worried about finances. I don't know. There are many possibilities why you couldn't get something, and then you get attached because you really, really want this. But you are scared that it might be taken away from you, when in fact it is not, and it just flows and it just works out for you. And then suddenly you have the keys, and suddenly you know where you are, and it's like putting down your flag, and it's like the moon landing, your own personal moon Earth landing. Of course, we are still on this beautiful Earth. So, but yeah, right, and it's yours. It's not. I mean, I think you know that you cannot really own a land. It's like, but it's more or less also that the land wants you more. Sometimes it's almost like falling in love with with Earth, with a place, and the place and the magical elements and everything aligns so you get there. And it's even better than you thought, Maybe you thought you would just get, I don't know, an apartment. When, in fact, you get something really nice for yourself, in the same city area, whatnot. It feels just magical, okay? Yeah, and it's like the land wants you there, and it's more also about the land and the magic of some spirits there. They see you, they recognize you, and they want you there. And then your path begins and it feels so distant. That's why it's so huge. Love that. I really love that. Oh yeah. Oh. I'm getting really sad. Oh, happy sad. And then you can create. Finally, you can create, because creation is like this special what's it called, chest, this box, and that's your special place where you go, look, it's an island. And you go there and there's your house. It has a roof, which is nice. I mean, right. And look at the spiral there, and there's a wee lantern, and it's so nice, and it's glowing, and all the water, and feels like this island is almost also fluid. It's like the creation of, you form it, you form your house, you form what you want to put in there, and it feels like this magical thing, where you really can create. Maybe this is something that you were missing, Maybe, when you are just renting all the time, and you cannot really do anything to the bricks that surround you because they're not yours, but suddenly you get something that's yours, and you can decide which lamp to hang there, and how the light, where the door is or something. And most of all, it's just this magical island in a box, and it's just for you, right? And I don't even know if this is the moon or the sun. It's a bit confusing. I think it's all of it. It just wants to show you that it's all aligned for you. Yeah, and look, there's this red carpet of being welcome, and there are plants of growth for you, because it's a different kind of growth when you have arrived and you have you have no urge whatsoever to leave. Then you suddenly get thrown into the moment, whereas before that it feels a bit more, when you search, you go from one thing to another, and you just look and search and whatnot, and then suddenly you arrive, and there's this beautiful box of creation. And I think it's the universe is in this box, right? It's your it's almost like, yeah, it's yours, and it feels, it's almost like you are so humbled by this beauty and so blown away by the arrival, that I think you will, sometimes when we move somewhere and we like it there, we forget the beauty of places, because the grind gets us. But this place is different. It's a place where you will forever be grateful, and you will always have the access to this beautiful feeling of gratefulness. And love, because you love where you are, and therefore you don't want to run away from the moment anymore, ever. So if you haven't arrived there just yet, it's for you, and it's so close you don't even know. Yeah, oh, so beautiful. Yeah, I think I don't want to pull another card. I think this card is perfect to wrap it all up. Let's see who this reading is for. Oh, just nice. Pisces. Oh, fish. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, additional info is in the letter box below, and see you next time. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.